They're live tomorrow. Something else. I'm looking forward to this next week. Belinda Wilson's with me, who's invited me along to this event next week. It's called Cheltenham Connect. It's all about businesses coming together. It's a free event, and the great thing about Gloucestershire is you drive into a little retail estate or something like that, and you end up seeing a business that you'd never heard of that makes like some tiny little part to something that's absolutely vital in all sorts of engineering terms or this, that and the other. And we've featured so many on BBC Radio Gloucestershire over the years. And this event is all about people getting to know each other. And I can see that Pamela Chenmore, Oriental cookery expert, she's going to be one of the speakers on at midday as well. Then there's a networking lunch that you can go along to, all sorts of stuff happening. Belinda Wilson, as I say, she is with me from Cheltenham Connect. She also runs the Gloss Jobs site too, and the glosinfo site. We'll get onto that in a minute. But first off, let's talk a little bit about you and your what was your first job then after you graduated?
First job after I graduated was working for WH Smith in Cheltenham, actually. Graduate trainee, 3.5 years. And then I moved on to run a chain of gift shops. One of them was based in Cheltenham. We sold wooden gift items. So ran four shops for another company for 8 years, and then set about setting up our own business.
Okay. So you it must have been great doing the WH Smith thing, because I mean, to get a job like that, as you know, just having been at university, must have been a real challenge, wasn't it? Yeah,
but there was really good training. You know, management experience. You used to go off on week-long training courses and things like that. So as a first proper job, excellent experience.
Okay, and I mentioned that there's such a variety of companies in Gloucestershire. Imagine if you get them all, not that you could get them all in one room, obviously, but if you just got all those companies together and they got chatting and found out about each other's business, it's amazing what could happen, isn't it, really?
Well, that's what we're trying to do with the Connect Business Day. We've run that this is the 7th year we've run it. We normally have about 200 attendees. We've got 22 exhibitors from a whole range of businesses, everything from, Cheltenham Chamber of Commerce, the Federation of Small Businesses, a few sole traders, a few slightly bigger businesses. So the stands are set out. The speakers, such as yourself,
tennis. I think we're going to be on air talking about how businesses can work with the media. I tell you what, that's a really difficult one, isn't it? Because there are so many sort of challenges for businesses to, put out their press releases or try and get publicity for something without it coming across as a complete plug for their business. I suppose
that's right.
That is a challenge, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I guess a lot of companies kind of try to tap into the community, don't they, in the work that they do, so they can get publicity that way.
Yeah. Well, the Cheltenham Connect group is a voluntary group, and we've been running since 2009. But there's a lot of us who do it. We get a bit of extra publicity for the business from it, but really it's about the community. We were set up to strengthen and empower the business and general community in Cheltenham. So works very well.
Yeah, it does. Are there times that people running their own business, be it a gift shop that you ran or whatever, do you get so bogged down in the business and the accounts and this, that and the other that you just don't go out and talk to other businesses that could help you?
That is the absolute challenge when you run your own business, because you try and do everything. The best thing, I think, is to try and find good people around you. So you have a kind of network of similar-minded people who can really help you. Either you pay them or you share things, or just generally have a really good team around you.
Yeah, just looking at some of the events that you run at Cheltenham Connect, the not-for-profit organisation. And you have a laptop Friday. What's all that about?
Well, every Friday in Cheltenham and now in Gloucester, people Friday morning come along, have coffee, bring their laptops. They can work or they can do some networking. It's really informal, especially really good for people who are sole traders, work from home, often out of their back bedroom. So they can get out and just meet and share. The real key message is sharing experience, advice. It's just an excellent resource.
Can you literally run a company? I know it depends on what you're doing. Obviously, if you're manufacturing something physically, you need an office and a factory. But, is it possible in certain industries now to literally have a laptop and somewhere to work, even if you're renting a little space, a little desk somewhere, rather than having to pay for the whole office?
Well, you definitely can, because We've run the Gloss Jobs website for nearly 17 years, and for 16 of those years we ran it from home. We had a team of people who also worked from home, whereas now we've obviously got our new premises just in Cheltenham.
Opposite the Texaco garage, isn't it? Yep,
that's right.
Can't miss that. Yep.
So we've brought our team together to come in and work from there. Absolutely, you can run a business from home or a small office.
Really amazing what's happened over the last 10, 15 years, isn't it, in the world of business? OK, you also have skills space, networking evenings, this, that and the other. But let's mention next week then. So next Thursday, Connect Business 2017. This is at the Pavilion, Hatherley Lane in Cheltenham. All sorts of business leaders going to be there, 22 local exhibitors and hopefully 200 attendees, something like that. And there's also a networking lunch, is that right?
There is, and that's just £8. But what we're asking people to do is to book that on the website, because we have to book that in advance. Attendance is free, so you can turn up or ideally book on the website.
Okay, www.cheltenhamconnect.co.uk, because you need to know how much food to order. It's as simple as
right.
that. Simple as that, isn't it? Oh, well, look, good luck with that. And for you, how long have you been in Gloucestershire for then?
Well, I'll be giving my age away then, won't I?
Oh, we don't have to do that. But...
No, 20 many years.
Okay, so you've had a really good kind of experience to run your own business now. And that's all going well, is it, Gloss Jobs?
Yes, really good. I mean, Gloss Jobs, we've advertised vacancies for about 4,500 local businesses. So we've got, we've got fingers in lots of pies. We know what's going on in the county. So.
Okay, so anybody who's looking for a job should look at that.
Absolutely.
Glosinfo.co.uk.
Gloss.info is the events website, and glossjobs.co.uk is the jobs website.
Okay, thank you very much. Thanks for coming in. If you want to get involved in that event, it's a week today now, isn't it, really? Cheltenham Connect is all happening next week. It's Connect Business, maybe a local business, having a listen to that. If you want to get involved in that, www.connectbusiness.org.uk. It's like a meeting of like minds, isn't it? And there's food involved, which is even better. Belinda Wilson, many thanks indeed. I'll see you next week.
Yeah, thank you.
Good stuff. It's BBC Radio.